right, the first thing we need to set up with any WordPress plugin is the plugin header. WordPress says that at its simplest, a WordPress plugin is a PHP file with a plugin header comment. It's recommended that you create a directory to hold your plugin. This will be something like your plugin folder / your plugin file.php. Only one file in the plugins folder should have the header section. This comes from the WordPress plugin handbook found here. All right, so let's start creating a plugin. To do that, I'm going to open up my code editor, and I've got a local copy of WordPress installed here. So in my WordPress directory, I've got a few folders, notably here, the WP-content folder. In there, you'll find your plugins folder, and then in there, you have any of the plugins that are installed on your WordPress install. This is where we're going to develop our plugin. So to do that, just right-click this folder here, and let's create a new folder inside that. I'm going to call it My Snappy Surveys. Okay, and then inside this folder here, I'm going to add a new file with the same name. And it's going to be a PHP file, so .php. Great, and I can open that up now. So WordPress says that the header section of the plugin is the primary component that tells WordPress that a file is a plugin. At a minimum, a header can contain just the plugin name, but several pieces can and usually should be included. So if we go to WordPress's website here, we can see their header requirements. These are the items that you could put in your header. WordPress says that we can get away with only providing the plugin name. There's also some other items here that WordPress recommends we include. The plugin URI, that's going to be the homepage of the plugin. This might be on wordpress.org, or it could be on your own website. The description, that's going to be the short description of your plugin. The version, this is going to be the current version number of your plugin. And the author, that's going to be your name or your business name. The author URI, that's going to be the website to your personal website or your business website. And the license, this is going to be a short, the short name of the legal license that you're using with your plugin. The license URI is going to be the web link to the full license document for that license. The text domain, we're going to use the name of the plugin directory that we just created. And the domain path, this is going to be the path to where you keep your language translation files. We're not going to go too much into that in this course, but feel free to read more about that. All right, so down here we can see that they provide an example of what a header might look like. So let's just expand the full source there. I'm going to copy this. And let's go back to our code editor. And I'm going to paste that in. Okay, so now what we've got is we've got their example of a plugin header in our PHP file. So we can go ahead and edit this for our own purposes. Now, WordPress said that we could get away with creating a plugin with only providing the plugin name. So let's see if they're correct. Let's remove everything here except for the plugin name, and let's change this to My Snappy Surveys. And you can save that. Okay, so what I'm going to do now is open up my WordPress install here in the browser. So I've got it running locally, so I can just go to localhost here. This is just a vanilla install of WordPress with the, I believe it's the WordPress's 2015 theme as default. If I go to my WordPress dashboard now and click on plugins, awesome. We see that there's a new plugin showing up in here. It says My Snappy Surveys, but there's no other information here on the right. If we look at these other two plugins that are installed with WordPress by default, we can see that they provide a description, the version, the author, and another link here. So that's coming in from the missing header data that we haven't provided, because since we're only providing a plugin name. So let's go back to our code editor and add that now. So after plugin name, we want to add in a plugin URI, and this is going to be a link to where our plugin can be found online. So I'm going to put my link in there. Yours will be different when you self-host your plugin. Next, let's provide a description for our plugin. So I'm going to use the description that we came up with in the previous lesson where we talked about planning our plugin. After that, we want to provide a version number for a plugin. So this is going to be version 1.0. As you add new features to your plugin, you'll want to update this in the future so that users know which version they are running. After that, we want to provide the author. So this is going to be the author name. In this case, I'm going to put my own name in here. You can put your own name. And then we want to provide the author URI. So this is going to be the link to the author's website. So I'm going to put a link here to my Code College author page. You can put a link to your own personal blog or your Facebook page. And then for the license. So WordPress uses the general public license version 2. So I'm going to use that as well. So you can just put GPL2 there. And then for the license URI, that's the direct URL to the license document. You can actually find that there on that WordPress page that we were looking at previously, and that's this link right here. So I just grabbed that from this page right here. We're under the license URI section here. You can get that license link right from here. Excellent. And then last, we're going to provide the text domain, and that's going to be the name of our the file folder that we created for our plugin. That's what we're going to put here for our text domain. And there we have it. So we can save that now and go back to our WordPress dashboard plugin manager. And if we reload here, there we go. We can see that we now have a description showing up, our version, the author information, and the plugin site link here is now showing up. You've now built your first plugin, though it doesn't really do anything, so it's kind of pointless. This is what I like to call a plugin shell. WordPress knows about our plugin now, and we know that because we can see it here in our plugin manager page. Now we just need to add some functionality, some actual functionality to our plugin. So stay tuned for the next lecture. We're going to set up some custom admin pages. I'll see you guys in the next one.